Welcome back to part 2 of the Delamar Ghost Town in Nevada. I hope you enjoyed the first part of it as much as I enjoyed doing it and making the video. And if you didn't see it yet, I recommend going back and watching that, and I'm going to put a link to that video right up here. It was the first part of the Delamar Ghost Town in Nevada series, and I visited a gold mine and talked a little bit about the road coming in and how scary it was. So be sure to check out that video if you haven't done so already. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm curious though about what you would have done in that situation. I know there are some full-time RVers, some part-time RVers. There are adventurers, road trip lovers, and hikers, and you know, there's a lot of people in the audience who do like to go out and do things. I know some of you can't and wish you could, and that's why you watch me, and I love being able to bring you along with me. But what would you have done, any of you? What would you have done in a situation like that? I had gotten invested in a road, and that's really what happened. I had gotten invested. It was a 13-mile road, and you know, even though they said the last mile was tough and I could see it, I was so invested in the journey at that point, 12 miles, you know, going slow, that I pushed forward maybe when I shouldn't have. I should have gotten out on foot and explored, and that's one of the lessons I talk about. You know, if you're unsure, get out and check by foot, and I don't always do that, of course. That's why I still get stuck in the sand, and that's why I ended up on that road. But I'm really curious. Let me know what you would have done, both in the case of the road and the case of going into the mine. So what would you have done in a situation like that? And I hope it just gives you food for thought for those of you who are preparing to get on the road someday and do the adventures like I do, and boondock and go out and do things and explore. It might be a good idea to kind of look at some of the things that I do and encounter and ask yourself the questions: how much am I willing to risk, and what would I do in a situation like that? I think that knowing ahead of time, especially for the planners and the people who might be a little more risk averse than I am, it might give you really good tools for planning when you actually get there and you're actually in that situation. Today is just fun and history about the Delamar Ghost Town in Nevada and why they also call it the Widowmaker, some fascinating history, and the nail biter of driving out. I did get GoPro footage coming down that road. You know, it stressed me out even editing the video. that was pretty hairy drive, and so it's a little bit of a nail biter, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, I'll see you on the other side. This part of the road is much better than what I came up on. I could actually get out here pretty easily. There's one section over there that's really rough. But you know what? I'm tired of... yeah, I feel bad. You know, I'm only a quarter of a mile away, but from being able to stay overnight here, right in the ghost town, but I kind of feel like I've had enough driving for one day on rough roads. Well, at least going in. Yeah, this isn't bad at all. I could totally do this. Bummer. I don't want to have to face this decision. No, I think I'm going to explore the town and head down. Look at this. The town was originally named Ferguson. And so this whole thing started here because in 1889, prospectors John Ferguson and Joseph Sharp discovered gold in what's called Monkey Wrench Wash, not too far from here. And so they set this up as a mining camp and they named it Ferguson. And then in 1894, a guy named Captain Delamar came in and he bought most of the gold mines in the area and renamed the town Delamar. Of course, they always had to name the towns after themselves. Oh, I could totally get out here. Oh, bummer. Oh, wow. There's a lot of camping out here. Look how flat that is, but I don't know that I can drive to it. There's tire tracks, but who knows? There were dozens, I think I read, dozens of mines open up here. Their mine shafts laid open, I think, until like the 70s when they blasted them all shut. First structure I encountered in Delamar in my walk down the hill into the town, into the old ghost town. Many of the structures that were built here were built out of native rock. So everything that you see here was mined and quarried from nearby areas and brought here to build much of the town. And I have no way, of course, of knowing how old this is, whether it was part of the original town or not. The town burned down, like many old towns. In 1897, more than 3,000 people lived here, so I'm imagining there were a lot of structures. But then in 1900, remember I said the heyday was 1895 to 1900. Well, what happened in 1900? Well, there was a huge fire that wiped a lot of the town out. And that was pretty much the end of it for a while. We'll talk about that in a minute. Old stove pipe. Interesting, right? Cubby hole. I wonder if that was a hiding place for their gold. You gotta wonder, are there gold stashes still out here? There could be, right? I wonder if that's why this has been dug out. People are looking for old gold stashes. I'm gonna look for gold stashes while I'm here. There's gotta be, right? Didn't people like bury their gold back in the day? Oh, look, yeah, look, the pipe is still in the wall. Oh, wow. Can you see that back there? I'm keeping my eyes open for any unearthed buried treasures. Anything that looks out of the ordinary. Big pile of rocks and a cactus, although there's kind of a lot of that around here. Wow. You know there's buried treasure out here. You know there is. I guess. I mean, people, the fire made people leave, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure people buried their treasure and died, though, and it never got unearthed. It's out here still. I guess that's why people come out here with metal detectors. Right? Yeah. Wow. I want a time machine. Can you imagine how old that couch spring is? In 1894, the same year that Delamar bought all the mines in the area and changed the name of Ferguson to Delamar, a newspaper started running. It was called the Delamar Load. The same year, they also put in a post office. 1894 was the beginning of this town's boom, which really ran at its heyday from 95 to 1900. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by the remains of a lot of what I'm assuming are houses. It's kind of cool. They're etched up into the hill, different layers. I'm kind of in the middle layer. It looks like there's a couple up behind me, and you can see there's a row behind me. It's hard to tell how many houses these are. As close together as they are, I mean, it's very possible it was one long house. Or maybe it was a church. Nah, I think the rooms are too small for that. It looks like a house. Remnants of the metal roofs that used to be here. Imagine how hot that must have been in the summer. Look at the old car over there. Can you see it? You can see the different layers of houses up there. Tiers. The neighborhoods. I have no idea what that says. My man found the dump. All kinds of broken glass up here. I'm gonna put this back right where I found it. Right there, I think. I guess that's just glass. Big chunk of glass. Oh, look at this purple and the bottle top. Look at all the purple. I wonder if this is where the church was. Although I can't imagine they would have imported stained glass in the 1900s. No, I don't think they would have done that. Maybe. A lot of glass here. And it looks like, I would assume this was the center of town. A lot of bigger structures. Maybe a school, a hospital. This might have been the dumping ground, maybe after the fire. Wow, there's a lot. Yeah, this is melted, right? I bet that's melted. Wow, there's a lot of glass up here. That looks like it was melted. Climbed a little bit up a hill. Was walking, looked like I was walking into the main town. Oh, look at that. Yep, another mine. So funny. It looks like they didn't blast them all shut. Maybe they just said that to keep people away. Oh wow, that's got rails in it, right? Let's go see. Oh crap. I missed the barbed wire. Yeah, alright, we got this. What the heck? I keep getting my feet tangled. Alright. Wow. I thought that was like lines for cars. I guess maybe at one time it was. Another cave, another mine. Wow. Cool. This is awesome. What a great place to explore. Found another road. Well, there's a road that goes up probably into the mines. There's some houses out here, some old structures. Look. The people who wanted land, not live right in town. A 50-ton mill, which we're going to walk down to in a minute, I'm thinking is the mill location, started operation in May of 1895, and soon this little settlement grew to more than 1,500 residents, with a hospital, an opera house, a couple of churches, a school, several businesses, and of course, the saloons. Most buildings, like I said earlier, were built of native rock. We're now coming into the old mining district, and these white sculptured mountains that we're seeing that I thought were gypsum are actually quartzite, and they were created because of all the mining that was done down here in this area. In 1896, Delamar Mill, which is where I'm standing, was handling up to 260 tons of ore a day, and water from the camp was pumped in from a well at Meadow Valley Wash, about 12 miles away. Supplies and materials traveled even further by mule teams over this mountainous terrain and the railroad in Utah, 150 miles away from the remote camp. and the ore that was mined here was hauled out of the settlement in the same manner. The gold in Delamar was unique because it was contained in quartzite. So the process to remove the gold from the quartzite resulted in huge quantities of dust, which contained particles of glass-like rock. This hazardous dust, when breathed by the mine workers as well as the townspeople, often resulted in a disease of the lungs called silicosis. Soon, the town earned the nickname Widowmaker due to the premature deaths from the disease. At one time, there were over 400 widows living in Delamar.
All right, almost there. Moment of truth. Tire check. Wow, everything looks all right. All right, good. Well, I'm not going to sit here overnight and let it get worse. Just in case they do have slow leaks from any punctures, I think everything looks good. Wow. I got all-terrain tires put on the back. I just had those replaced, and I'm really glad I did. The front tires are getting worn, and I'll put all-terrain on those too. That's the road. Oops. Yeah, you'll see it as we go down. It's crappy. All right, see? All right, let's check the other side. Wow, look at that. They look good. All right, I'm heading down. Awesome. And yes, if I had a way to inflate my tires, this would be a good time to let some air out going down these sharp rocks. But you know what, I'm just gonna go slow, miss as many of the sharp ones as I can. I mean, I made it up. So, all right, now I changed my mind. I'm gonna make coffee.
All right, girl, you ready for this? About as ready as I'll ever be. Wish me luck. Just less than a mile. 0.8 miles. That's it. Low gear. As slow as can be. It's just rocks.
Do I have a flat?
No, you're good.
Oh my God.
we're leaving tonight. I don't know where you plan on camping.
Oh, this is you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We're leaving in a few hours.
Oh, you are? Oh, all right.
You can hang out here now if you want, yeah.
You know, I was kind of, I'm a little worried my tires might.
You're good. They look pretty new.
But the back ones are, the front ones aren't.
Anyway, we're leaving in a little
All right.
bit, so.
Well, thank you very much. Holy crap, I think that was probably the scariest thing I've ever done. Yeah. I live to tell about it. Woohoo! Alright, now I'm gonna find camping. Preferably with internet, I guess. So that I can stay put for a couple of days. I'm about 6 miles from Delamar Ghost Town, and I have found home for the night. A beautiful boondocking spot here among the yucca and the Joshua trees. Hope you enjoyed Delamar Ghost Town with me, and I'll see you next time for another great adventure. Okay, that wraps up my Delamar Ghost Town videos and my time there. I'm still a little bummed I didn't get to camp in the ghost town, but that's okay. I still had a great time exploring it, learning the history of Nevada and of the ghost town and gold mining, and I hope you did too. Stay tuned. There's a lot more adventure, cautionary tales, whatever you want to call them, to come. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking below. And if you are already subscribed, be sure to check your notifications because sometimes things get wonky, and be sure to click the bell to get notifications when my videos come out. All right, I'll see you all next time. And in the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. I'll see you soon.